Welcome back to the Word Expanded, the Gospels. How do you like that? We are in Matthew chapter 10. We're going to start with verse 40. We're going to go through 11 verse 1. It says this: Whoever receives you receives me. Whoever receives me receives the one who sent me. Whoever receives a prophet in the name of a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. Well, that's kind of cool. Whoever receives a righteous person in the name of a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. And whoever gives only a cup of cold water to one of these little ones in the name of a disciple, I tell you the truth, he will never lose his reward. When Jesus had finished instructing his 12 disciples, he went in from there to teach and preach in their towns. This section is mind-blowing if you stop and you look at it, right? Because what Jesus is saying is that there's this chain of command. There's the Father, there's Jesus, and then us. If you do things in the name of Jesus, then really you're doing things in the name of the Father. You're representing the Father, right? So therefore, whatever happens with you, if you're in tune with God and you're doing it right, it's as if it's being done, right, by and for God, right? Because again, when they get to the end of this and he says, if any of you, if you get a cup of water, right, to one of these little ones in the name of a disciple, right? Because the only way that works, if you invoke the name of a disciple, is if they're walking with Jesus, right? We've seen that. We see that when people are saying, hey, the God that Paul believes, the God that Peter believes, right? I don't really know who that is, but I know Peter and I know Paul. It's why we ask this question all the time. Who's your Jesus? Right? Who is your Jesus? Because if your Jesus is the Jesus of the Bible, then what people say, right? Because they've seen you, because they witness you, because it's going to lead them to Jesus. You're going to have power. You're going to have authority. The problem is, too many times, right, we're not really doing it in the name of Jesus, right? We're doing it in our own power and our own strength. That's totally different. But if Andy can be equivalized with Jesus, then guess what happens, right? That which I'm doing as if Jesus did it, right? Because he says to us, I'm going to do whatever you ask me to do. But if you do it for the right reasons, the right way, right, and invoke the right moment, all of these things matter. If we're in tune with God, right, then God is in tune with us. If you accept a prophet, you believe what that prophet has to say, then guess what? You're going to get a prophet's reward, right? That's amazing, right? That's an amazing thing. But you have to do it because you believe, right, in who it is that is prophesying to you, the prophet, right? But their life is walking with Jesus. Do you get that? Somehow I'm making this super complex and super simple. Be like Jesus. The more you're like Jesus, other people are going to see it, they're going to want it, and they're going to want to be like you. And then amazing things happen. I watch this all the time. People who get it right in a moment, they're being like Jesus. People are like, I want that. Oh, I want that. I want what you have, right? But then when we slip and we try to do things in our own power, people are like, I don't want anything to do with that. And we wonder why, right, what we're doing isn't working. So think about that for a minute. We'll see you right here next time on the Word Expanded, the Gospels.